Hello again, and thank you very much for opening up this video. I really do appreciate it. Now, in the last couple of weeks, there's been considerable political debate from certain politicians about the possibility of nationalisation of our energy companies and expansion of nuclear power to basically control the cost of living crisis. No doubt you've noticed in the last couple of weeks that energy prices have been rising for various reasons. I'm a part-time commercial energy broker, and I'm here to explain to you, Joe Public, that both proposals are foolish and very expensive. Let me explain why. According to the House of Lords website, there are 8 nuclear power stations in the UK. And according to the House of Lords website, they provide the UK with 16% of its electricity. So on average, each one of them is producing 2% of our electricity. Logic dictates, therefore, that we need 50 nuclear power stations to provide the entire UK's electricity. Okay, so we need another 42 if you think about it logically. If you look below, you'll see an article from Reuters showing that the cost of building Hinkley B has reached £29 billion. So it's safe to say that building each nuclear power station would cost £20 billion, bearing in mind it takes 5 years minimum to build a nuclear power station. So if you think about it logically, 42 nuclear power stations at £20 billion each, that's £840 billion. Now, think about it logically. 5 years, so you're going to have all these high prices for 5 years. You're then going to have to pay £850 billion because that's where the money's going to come from somewhere. And they're talking about nationalisation. So this is money that the taxpayer will have to pay. The UK government income is at best £1,000 billion a year. In other words, if you wanted to go through this proposal, in other words, nationalisation of the energy companies and full nuclear expansion, you're going to have to double your taxes. Now you're thinking, aren't you? But it makes matters worse because that's the nuclear power is uneconomic. That's why they withdrew it from the privatization program in the late 1980s. But then again, think of the other problems. The environmental problems associated with nuclear get worse. The storage problems of nuclear get worse. You run the risk of Chernobyl or 3 Mile Island. You know, the risks get worse the more power stations you have. It puts at the increased risk of terrorism because a terrorist just needs to find a nuclear power station, bomb it, and then basically you've had it. And on top of that, cancer clusters will no doubt increase in size and number. Okay, that the relationship is unclear, but there's an increased risk. Now you're all thinking, aren't you? So there's a twofold solution to this. Firstly, we need a massive program of energy conservation. Let me give you an example. If we all stopped, sorry about that, if we all stopped leaving our TVs on standby overnight, we could save the output of one power station a year. Okay, we can all do that. There's no reason why you need to keep your TV on standby overnight. So we need a massive program of energy conservation. And two, we need to look for alternative sources. I can't understand why there are lots of people in the UK who've got solar panelled roofs. We need to massively expand that. How about great expansion of mini wind turbines? You know, some people have them in their gardens, things such as that. And there are all sorts of other proposals. Fracking is not the answer. Fracking is very, very expensive, to say the very least. I've told you how expensive nuclear is. So what I'd like you to do is, if you look below, you can see where I've got this information from. I've also got some resources for you for how to cut down your energy use. That's what we need to be doing, not this silly proposal of nationalisation and nuclear expansion. The other thing I forgot to mention is that if you nationalise the energy companies, you're going to have to, in addition to that £840 billion, the taxpayer will have to come with the cost of buying the energy companies. That's going to cost obscene amount of money. So think about these proposals, think about mine, and let's start conserving energy. Please like and subscribe to my channel. And also what I'd like you to do is look at the resources down below. Thank you very much for your time. I'll speak to you soon. Bye-bye.